Hello students, hope you all are fine. Now today we'll be discussing about a new topic called whole numbers. Now what are whole numbers? When we talk of numbers, the number begins with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this counting keeps on continuing because we can add 1 to the number in the series and we will get the next number. So the collection of this number is called natural number and represented by n. Similarly, later on when the invention of zero came into picture, the entire series of natural number added to zero was called as whole number. So we can also say whole number is equals to 0 plus all natural numbers. Clear? Now, there must be a query in your mind whether all natural numbers are whole number or not. See, because natural number is added to 0 and a new group we got as a whole number, so we can say all natural numbers are whole number. But is the reverse possible? If we say all whole numbers are natural number, then the answer will be no, because we have a number 0 which is not present in natural number. So, when we added natural number with 0, we got whole number. Therefore, all whole numbers are not natural numbers, but all natural numbers are whole number. Now, we will see how to represent whole numbers on a number line. See, what is a number line? A line consisting of numbers are called number line. So, this is your 0. Start marking number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This all keeps on increasing. Now what is important is that on the line the numbers should be equally divided. Unit distance to be maintained. Now whatever distance you are taking, it has to be uniform for all. Uniform means equal. Now on this number line, the operations which we can do are we may add the numbers, we may subtract the numbers, we may divide the number. Clear? Now let's see how we are going to add, subtract and divide one example of each. Now if this is your number line, clear? And you are given a question called add 3 plus 5 using number line. We all know what is 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. But as it is asked that you have to do it on number line, then the first step you will draw a line. Mark two-side arrow which will make it as a line. Now mark 0. Taking uniformly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, let's take one more extra as 9. Clear? Now, we are at 3. We need to add 5 more to this. Now, adding, you know the answer will increase and the value increases on a number line when we move towards right. Clear? Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Do mention the arrows that in this direction you are moving. So final is 8. You are reaching at 8. Therefore the answer is 8. Now let's take an example of subtraction. Subtract 5 minus 3. Again the first step is to draw a number line. You will be mentioning 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now next, second step, first you have drawn line and mentioned the numbers. Now we will be coming to 5. See, this is our position. From 5 we are going to subtract. Subtract means the answer which we are going to get is definitely less. Now when it is less, minus sign, on number line, thing to be remembered is when you are going to add, you will move towards right. When you are going to subtract, you will move towards your left. Now left movement, minus says to move towards left. How much? 3 units. So 1, 2 and 3. And do mention the arrows. See, arrow is showing here that we started from here, we reached at 3 and then we have taken plus 5. So the arrow is indicating that the movement was towards right. Now here the arrow is showing that from 5 you are moving towards left. Now the answer which you are getting is 2, and if you simply subtract the 5 minus 3 you are going to get 2. Now let's take how to do 3 into 3 on a number line. Clear? This is a line. Mention 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. See what we are understanding by 3 into 3? A group of 3 times. Now divide this number line into 3 groups. 1, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3. Clear? So this is 3 into 3. Okay? So we have seen that how to add, subtract and multiply on a number line. Now next step is we'll be discussing about the properties of whole number. Now when we are discussing about the property of whole number, now the first property is, when we are discussing the property, we will be using A, B and C, 3 whole numbers. Clear? A, B, C are 3 whole numbers. Now the first property says that, and we are discussing property for addition. Property of addition for whole numbers, or property of whole numbers for addition. This is A plus B. The first property says that whenever we add 2 whole numbers, we are going to get the result as a whole number. Now if we take an example, 2 plus 3, we are going to get it as 5. 7 plus 7 is also 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. Now what we want to say is 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is a whole number. 2 is a whole number. 3 is a whole number. 7 is a whole number. 7 is a whole number. 14 is also a whole number. 1 plus 9. 1 is a whole number. 9 is a whole number. 10 is also a whole number. So this condition says that when you add this, the sum, what you are going to get is a whole number. So this is closure property. Now we talk of second property where A plus B is equal to B plus A. That means if it is 2 plus 3, then 3 plus 2 are same. 1 plus 5 and 5 plus 1 are same. 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6, 5 plus 1 is 6. Clear? Now when this condition satisfies, we say that this is commutative property. Now as I told, the third property is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Now we are using 3 whole numbers where we will be writing it as 2 plus 3 plus 1 is equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now see, when we are adding 2 plus 3, it is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Here the change is 1 will be added to sum of 2 plus 3. That means this is 5 plus 1 and this is 1 plus 5. We have already seen that commutative property exists in a whole number. So the same is applicable here with 3. So we say that 2 plus 3, sum of 2 plus 3 plus 1, that is 5 plus 1 is 6, and 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 1 plus of 2 plus 3 is 5, 1 plus 5 is 6. Now this third property is called associative property. When we talk of fourth property of whole number for addition, it is a plus 0 is equals to 0 plus a is equal to a. That means whenever 0, a whole number, smallest whole number, is added to any given whole number, you are going to get the number itself because 0 has no value. Clear? Now, next property we are going to check is for subtraction, property of subtraction for whole numbers. Now, the first property says closure property, as we have seen in addition. So, what is closure property for subtraction? That is, if a minus b are two whole numbers, here exists a condition. If a is greater than b, then a minus b will be a whole number. And if a is less than b, then a minus b is not a whole number. Now, we will take an example. 53 minus 18 is 35, whereas 18 minus 53 is not a whole number. So, based on the first one, as closure property holds true for whole number of subtraction only when a is greater than b. If a is less than b, the condition is not true. Now, the next is, when we have seen that a minus b is giving a whole number, but if we are reversing it, b minus a is not a whole number, seeing this example, we can conclude that a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Hence, commutative property does not hold good for subtraction of whole number. As a minus b is not equal to b minus a, we can also say that a minus b minus c will not be equal to a minus b of minus c, as we have seen that commutative property is not true. So, even here also we have seen for the addition that there will be condition where a minus b minus c means b minus c value is to be subtracted from a, and a minus b will be used to subtract minus c, and we will not be getting the same value. So, we can say that associative property of subtraction is also not holding true for whole numbers. Now, the fourth property which we talk of is property of 0. That means whenever 0 is subtracted by a number, you are going to get the number itself. Like 20 minus 0, the answer is going to be 20. If it is 5 minus 0, the answer is going to be 5. Clear? Now, we will be checking few examples on these properties. Now, we need to check the verified part for a is equals to 13, b is equals to 7 and c is equals to 5, which I tried explaining. So, we will be using the same verification, that is, we are proving in short that associative property is not true for whole numbers under subtraction. So, how to do this? See, if we find the value of a minus b minus c, that is, a is 13, 13 minus b is 7 and minus 5. So, 13 minus 7 is 6 and 6 minus 5 is 1. Clear? Now, the second part says 13 minus 7 minus, see, if a minus b minus c, so 13 minus 7 minus 5. Now 13 minus 7 minus 5 is 2 and 13 minus 2 is 11. So we can say that we have verified the answer of a minus b whole minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. That is, 1 is not equal to 11. So we have verified the associative property for whole numbers under subtraction, which is not holding true. Let's take few more examples. Now here we are going to add and check by reversing the addends. This is nothing but checking A plus B is equal to B plus A or not. Clear? That means 325 and 4964. If you add simply, this is 6, 5 plus 4 is 9, 2 plus 6 is 8, 3 plus 9 is 12, and this is 5 to 8, 9. Now what we need to check? Reversing the addends. So that is 4964 plus 325. That is 5 plus 4 is 9, 6 plus 2 is 8, 9 plus 3 is 12, 1 carry. See, we can say that this number is equals to this number, therefore, hence verified. Clear? Now we will be taking an example where we will be rearranging and adding the numbers. When we see this example, it is given that determine the sum by suitable rearrangement. See, the given series is having 4 number of 3 different digits. Now rearrangement is given. We can simply add also, but as rearrangement is given, something must be there in this. We need to find it out. Now what we can see is here is 7, here is 6. When you add to one's digit, you are going to get 11. But if 7 when added to 3 will give you a one's 0 at the ones place. And similarly 6 with 4 will give you 0. Now if we want to do the calculation fast by rearrangement and observing some concepts in this, that means this number is to be added by 413 and 376 will be added by 524. Now when you add this, we have already seen that even if the order changes under addition for whole numbers, the answer will not be varying. So similarly 570 plus 900 is equals to 1470. Let's move to the next example. Now the next example, we are going to find the value of P. If P plus 7 is equals to 12, what will be the value of P? It's very simple. We will be moving this plus 7 to the other side will become minus 7 and this will be 5. And we can check our answer by adding 5 to 7. We are going to get 12. 12 is equals to 12. Similarly this side, here we have moved plus 7 to the other side as minus 7. Here we will be moving minus 4 to the other side as plus 4. Now this will become 9 and P value is 9. If you want to check it, this is 9 minus 4 will be 5 and here also 5 and here also 5. So we have concluded that we have found the value of P and also verified it. Let's move to the next example. Now what must be added to 135642? That is to get the sum as the greatest number of 6 digits. To solve this word problem, we need to know what is the greatest number. So the greatest number of 6 digits is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 9. And then we will be subtracting this number and we will be getting the number which must be added to the given number. Now to subtract, we need to mention the greatest number on the top, that is greatest 6 digit number subtracted by the given number. So 9 minus 2 is 7, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 5 is 4, 9 minus 3 is 6 and 9 minus 1 is 8. So we know that we need to multiply this number, that is 864357 to So this is your final answer. Now let's quickly move to the next example. Now the next example, the population of a town is 60,000. The number of male is 32,457. The number of female is 13,296. Determine the population of children. The question itself shows that the total population is given, number of males are given and number of females are given. So to frame as the total population is equal to number of males plus number of females plus number of children. Now we need to substitute the values. 60,000 number of male 32,457 plus number of female 13,296 plus number of children. Now when you add this is 60,000. Clear? Now we have 7 plus 6 is 11. 1 carry here. So 6 plus 9 is 15. 5, 1 in hand. 5 plus 2 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5 and 3 plus 1 is 4 plus number of children. Already in the previous example we have found the value of P. Now let the number of children be as P. So we will be shifting this value towards this side to get the value. That is 60,000 minus 45,751 will give you number of children. Now this implies, if you solve quickly, this is 60,000 minus 45,751. This is 10, 9, 9, 9 and 5. So 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 7 is 2. Again 9 minus 5 is 4. And 5 minus 4 is 1. So this is the number of children. And the population of children is 14,249. Clear? Now with this we can also try few of the questions where the difference between the smallest 3-digit number and largest 6-digit number is given. So in such a case you will be mentioning the 6-digit number, the largest 6-digit number and smallest 3-digit number, and you will be subtracting. Few of the cases we can see where the values will be interchanged, and interchange the value, frame the numbers and then subtract. So we'll be providing an assignment based on this what we have discussed for today's session, and we will be ending our session today, meeting soon with the further continuation of the session. Thanks a lot.